Hello, my name is Kevin Rinta. I hail from Sudbury, Ontario, Canada. I've been here in Moscow for 5 years now. I really enjoy reading about geopolitics and spending my summers fishing in Canada.
My name is Jennifer Brinkley. I'm from central London and I've lived in Moscow for 2 years.
Wunderpark is a very unique place to work. Although it is a school, I find it has more of a family atmosphere. The children here are full of curiosity, and every day I am greeted by many smiling faces.
I'm extremely passionate about assisting children in their development. I have spent my life coaching, tutoring and helping young children. I work in a wonderful place called Wunderpark. To sum up the experience in Wunderpark, I would have to say that education is like a pair of shoes. It should fit the individual perfectly. If the shoes are too small and too tight, it holds the child back. If the shoes are too large and too big, they are unable to move forward. It needs to be a tailor-made experience to what the child needs. Within the school, I focus on ages 6 to 12. I find that this age bracket is quite a large age bracket, but I would say all the children are inquisitive, have great imaginations, and are just like sponges. They absorb everything you give them. So I feel it's very important to lead by example.
I like to use humor as much as possible in the classroom. A few jokes here and there can really lighten the mood and create a more positive learning environment. Teaching children ages 6 to 12, I run into children with many different English levels. Some of them have extensive experience in English and others are experiencing it for the first time in my classroom. I often give the children a choice to choose an activity. I recommend that parents ask their children, what did they do in English class that day? By making them remember what they did, this really promotes learning.
I would say my 3 magic tricks for teaching and tutoring would be first of all to listen. Listen to the child's likes and dislikes, their interests, what motivates them, what inspires them, so that way you could tailor your actual education to what they would be interested in. You need to make the experience as fun as possible. My second magic trick would be play. Play is so important. It is the avenue for laughter, encouragement, happiness, and I would say laughter and enjoyment and having fun is one of the strongest tools you could possibly use in educating somebody. And my final trick, I would say, is just to inspire. I've already covered this a moment ago, but it's to lead by example. What you say, you must carry through. There should never be an empty promise, and these children should almost aspire to be just like you. That's how well you're executing what it is you're trying to show.
The biggest mistakes parents make when teaching their child is trying to teach them the transcript or the different sounds with the decoding of the transcriptions. And this is too confusing for children. They should just simply learn the English phonetic system.
My recommendation for parents would be the most important thing is one-to-one time with your child. I think this is the most important time for learning, building social skills, and I also feel that to spend as much time reading as possible and make it a social event within the family to make it enjoyable, fun. To learn the phonics sounds, we've obviously taken the alphabet. There is also other phonics sounds when 2 letters become together. This sometimes can be quite hard for the children to remember. So we have decided to allow them to design their own alpha sounds. My third point would be to discover how your child learns best. Are they an audio, visual, or do they need to do things physically? Whatever suits your child is the avenue you should go. Mistakes parents might make at home is that first of all, your child is going to try and speak to you and communicate and learn the foreign language in their native language. So it makes it very difficult for you to continue on making it an English lesson. I would also say pronunciation and grammar, or any doubts you may have or any lack of confidence, the child will pick up on this.
How quickly your child will start to speak English really depends on the child themselves, their environment, and how much exposure they've had to the English language prior to coming into my classroom. This varies tremendously. Generally speaking, depending on the child's development of course, it takes about 6 months before your child will start to speak and read in the English language.
The biggest skill to this would be getting a child to want to communicate with you, the desire to want to share, to play, to express themselves. You must make the lessons fun and appealing and allow the child to express their personality.